here in 2000, I mean in the year zero. In the year zero, it was at its peak, and it had been like going like this, but it had actually peaked higher than it had ever been. This is the Earth's magnetic field. And then now it's actually drastically reduced since then. The Ring of Fire is 3 times more active than ever before in the last 2,000 years as well. So, okay, so now I'm going to ask you to be geophysicists. Why is the Ring of Fire getting more active, 3 times more than it's ever been in the last 2,000 years? Why is the Earth's magnetic field at its weakest it's ever been in the last 2,000 years? What are you thinking? And I've told you that Earth is made out of the iron core, that its motion is what causes this. What could be making the magnetic field of the Earth decrease while at the same time the Ring of Fire is increasing? And if you don't know what the Ring of Fire is, that is what this map is. Okay, so the Ring of Fire is the area between, over here. This is an actual map that they used from the Geological Survey, U.S. Geological Survey. This shows the activity of volcanoes, all lining here. This is the Ring of Fire. It goes between North America and China and Australia. Oh, is that Australia?
Yeah.
Okay, Australia. Yeah, they call this the Ring of Fire. It lines up with a tectonic plate. So it is 3 times more active, meaning volcanoes are going off at rates 3 times more than they've ever done in 2,000 years. And as I said, the Earth's magnetic field. So think about that logically. The Earth's magnetic field is reducing, which means the Earth is spinning slower. And that is causing volcanoes to erupt as it's slowing down and it's spinning. And this has always happened in the past. They've shown that iridium from volcanoes was present in times like when the dinosaurs disappeared. And it's always related to heavy volcanic activity. This present strong deterioration corresponds to a 10 to 15% decline over the last 150 years and 35% since 2,000 years ago. And in South Africa, there already is a big area of reverse magnetic fields, because what's happening is it's like coming apart in patches. It's not like the whole thing moves together as a solid mass and the north goes down into the south. Patches of it show up on like geothermal type maps, and they show where the magnetism has changed positions, and that's why you see the northern lights now in lower states like Texas, and in South Africa there's a huge field that is now north magnetic type pole. Okay, so global warming is not just happening on Earth, it is happening on all the planets in our solar system that are all showing signs of an energetic increase. It's not just an Earth problem that they're trying to make it be about, you know, driving cars and things like that. This is happening on all the planets in our solar system. When there's an energetic increase and increased frequency equals heat, and that's what's heating things up. Which, see, this is the, I'm just going to open this door a little. Does it feel like it's getting hotter in here? Heat,
Yeah.
see, I was just talking about.
Turn that fan on if you need to.
Okay, so this is evidence, is what I'm saying, that we have entered into a different band in the atmosphere, the Photon Belt. The fact that all the planets in the solar system are increasing in their heat and energetic frequencies. And our sun, as well as the Earth, is also losing its magnetic field as the Earth is slowing in its rotation. In a pole shift, the Earth starts also spinning in the opposite direction, according to the Egyptians. When the inner core of the Earth turns upside down, that will start the Earth rotating the other way around. And I'm not saying that I think this is going to happen, this is what they've been predicting was going to happen, but I actually think this might not happen. I'm just showing that it did have an effect though. When the Earth crossed into the photon belt, this is what happened to it. But I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to adjust and adapt. That's my personal opinion. I don't think we're going to, but it did start, the swelling started, the ring of fire started, but I think it's going to just hang in there and it's not going to have this, even though historically it does happen. That's just my personal opinion. And again, how do we compare to this? Is our blood cells also contain iron at their center? And as far as a magnetic cosmic energy, that's what actually enzymes are. Enzymes, this is a quote from Dr. Norman Walker. He's the one who had the first juice machine, invented the Norwalk juicer. He says, enzymes are not substances, but are actually an intangible magnetic cosmic energy of life principle, not a substance, which is intimately involved in the action and activity of every atom in the human body, in vegetation and in every form of life. It is actually, enzymes are actually a magnetic cosmic energy. As far as biomagnetism goes, now we're talking biomagnets. Animals, including birds and turtles, can detect the Earth's magnetic field and use the field to navigate during migration. Cows and wild deer tend to align their bodies north-south while relaxing. Have you ever heard that? If you look at cow fields, they're supposedly all lined up north-south when they're just standing there. Has everyone heard that? Check that out next time. They align themselves to the north-south polarity when they're relaxing. And deer, wild deer, they say. But not when the animals are under high voltage power lines. So,
Oh, really?
yes. So the animals use this magnetism. We all know the birds, you know, hitting buildings. That was partly in the movie too, that they were all thrown off course. We did have a lot of birds die. It just fell out of the sky, but I think that was something else. In Arkansas, did you remember that article like 2 years ago? Okay, so how do crop circles fit into this? So those are just the facts. I can't give you the conclusion. My conclusion was that I think we're going to, I mean, it does historically happen, but I just don't think this is going to be the thing that causes it. Does anyone else have an opinion on that before we move on? And there's a tie to this with these other subjects. Anybody want to comment about the Earth's magnetic field decreasing? Okay. So, crop circles match the Earth's magnetic field. Underneath them, they have found with only a 5-degree shift from them. Everywhere there's a crop circle, is the Earth's magnetic field is underneath the crop circle. If you've ever seen a video footage of a crop circle being created, they're created in like 10 seconds. It's this little silver football-shaped object that just buzzes over the whole thing and just turns the grass into these incredibly complex patterns. Like rubbing a magnet. Have you ever rubbed a magnet in front of a TV? And all the pixels, you know, the colored pixels, they'll all follow that magnet. You will ruin your TV if you do that. Have you heard of this?
I tried that.
Yes, all the colors will like zoom into one cloth, and it won't be. You can't spread them back out. I mean, you can try. You can like wave it across, but same thing happens with the crop circles. The plants are actually molecularly changed, and the energy that it's doing it is making this loud buzzing sound, and it also causes static electricity on your hair to stand up when the crop circles are being made by this little football thing. And there's a movie, you can watch this on TV, or on a video. It's called probably Crop Circles. Crop circles mostly have a ratio in their pattern that matches the number pi. And they say that 80% of the crop circles are hoaxes that were intentionally done so that people wouldn't believe any of them, but 20% are valid and genuine. But 80% were just people trying to make it themselves. Most of the real crop circles occur where the other formations are, like Stonehenge and the older stone circle, which is in Scotland, England, which is 41 by 41 by 41 mile equilateral triangle. There's an equilateral triangle in Scotland, England. Okay, so now I'm going to read to you what is a divine message about these crop circles and how what the meaning of them are. And this was okay, so I'm just going to read this to you. As strange as this may sound, take it as you will. So as part of the 11-11-11 in 2011, a crystalline structure was anchored throughout all the human beings on this planet. This crystalline structure came in at this time because we have to transform. We have to upgrade our energies to align to the dimensional shifts that are happening on the planet right now, and a lot has to do with having crystal structures, which I will get into. The crystalline structure that is through all of us is allowing us to transform and become more electrical in energy. That will allow us to move with changing dimensional energies, which this photon belt is bringing. This crystalline structure is actually anchored in the brain, and as it's activated, it will open up a telepathic center of the brain and bring us back to a reactivation of our abilities to telepathically communicate and commune with each other and with the all-wise force in the universe. Another part that's crystalline in structure is the thyroid. Another part is going into the heart, and we're going to be activating the crystalline structure in the heart, which will create a new electrical energy there and will open us up as a receiving station. And there's one in the spine as well, where it is in the spinal fluid. So the crop circles are coming into their full energy for the very first time. For the very first time, their full purpose for being here on Earth is about to occur. They hold a multidimensional energy on the Earth plane, and their energetic purpose is to align all the megalithic sites around the Earth, such as Stonehenge, the Great Pyramids, and all the sacred sites. That is the purpose of the crop circles, is to align these other sacred sites. They are bringing, the crop circles are bringing the megalithic sites back to their original pure sacred form that they held when they first came onto the Earth plane. So in other words, an energetic webbing is going out across the Earth plane, created as these lines of energy running from the crop circles to all the megalithic sites start to open up. And if you remember, I said the crop circles are always formed near these Stonehenge and the pyramids and things like that. The full purpose of the crop circles is to hold the blueprint energies for all human beings on this Earth plane in readiness for 12-12-12, which was a few weeks ago. What they were saying happened on that date was an illumination like nothing that has ever come onto this planet before now, which was energetic illumination waves designed to awaken people into their real true frequency of light. They say that we're going to be youthing and living a lot longer than anyone has ever lived before as human beings here, with the activation of these crystalline structures that are in every human now, but they're not all activated by any means. So at 11-11-11, that was the big turning point when they anchored it in, but now as of 12-12-12 is when they're starting the activation process of these crystalline structures, and everybody is going to be different. It is not going to be everybody at the same time. The key now is that this is the time through conscious choice to witness drama, third dimensional drama, but not become a part of it. And I'm going to get into that later as well in 3 more subjects. So a lot of people will just go on as usual because they're not going to transform for a while, but they still will have this crystalline structure within them. They just won't be activating it at this time. So that's how the crop circles are working now. They're connecting the Earth itself. We are mirroring whatever's happening in the Earth. The Earth is mirroring what's happening in the solar system. We're having this crystalline grid system activated in us at the same time the Earth is having it activated on her. So when they say, you know, were these megalithic sites ever connected to an energy grid in the past?